All right, here it is, last one. Last of these little video screencast lessons for emergency medical response course. And remember, be nice, be good, be safe. And then what's the bottom line? Help the paramedic crew, help the Smiths. They didn't call for us, they called for them. We need to help them help the Smiths. Help that medic crew with what? With the handoff. It's one of our tools. We need tools to get there. Trucks, maps, radios, protocols, processes. We need stuff to work on, Mrs. Smith. We need to execute their assessment and treatment plan. It's one of our most valuable tools. And then we need to also transition because we're not transporting these folks. And we're probably, very rarely, the last EMS service they're going to see for this event. It's going to be the paramedic crew. So let's figure out how we can help with the handoff. And the handoff is brief, it's concise, it's very informative, and it's designed to help the medics get a place to start. Now, they've gotten information in the dispatch, and while at this point in your development, you may still really be believing in the quality and the validity of that information coming from dispatch, but really, and I'll just go kind of off on a rant for a second, I just really kind of want them to tell me where's the call and is there anybody there known to have a gun to try to shoot me when I get there? Because a lot of the information that we get, first of all, we have to verify it again, and they can give us this long-winded explanation of what apparently is going on with the patient, but we're going to have to verify it anyway, and an awful lot of time it's wrong. But whatever, early on, I was a big believer, and I thought that I would be able to know what I was going into, and now I've come to realize that I need to verify everything. And so the medics are that way. They know what they heard the call was about. If they've got some sort of technology that lets them read the notes that the dispatcher made from talking to the caller, they may have some idea. But really, when they walk in the door, they need for us to focus them on what's going on. And they want to know what happened, what we've found, and what we've done. And it's okay if we're not done. It's okay if we haven't been there very long. It's okay if we don't have all the answers. But they want to know where to start. What have you got? What do you need? What happened? What'd you find? And what have you done? That's part of the handoff. Now, this is going to be a little different for different medics. And there's an ambulance service manager here who I respect greatly, who says that he has 50 paramedics and about 107 personalities to deal with. And so he's joking, of course, because I don't think it's 107, I think it's like 70. But still, different medics are going to go about things different ways. Remember, it's their patient now. It's their patient. Our customer becomes their patient, and we need to help them help our customer. And so the medic crew really wants to get to the patient. And in some cases, they're going to get to the patient and hear from you later. On the other hand, it works good if you can kind of introduce them in. And if you don't know them by name, they're the paramedics. They're from the ambulance service. And introduce them to the patient and say, this is Mr. Smith. And Mr. Smith, these are the medics. And introduce them and get them in. And then usually that medic crew will be interested in hearing what you've got to say up to a point. They'll probably give you about 3 things to say. What happened? What'd you find? What have you gotten done? And they might give you 30 seconds. But after that, they're going to get itchy and antsy and anxious, and they're going to want to get to their patient. And so, you know what? We need to be nice, and they ought to be nice, but we really need them to be good. And if they're not really, really sweet, sticky, nice to us, okay. I don't think rude is okay. But I think that we need to realize that they're on a mission. They've got a job to do, and they need to get in there and do that job, and they need to feel like we're there to help them. The other thing is that Mrs. Smith doesn't want to sit there while we have an interagency staff meeting. She doesn't want to listen to that. Remember, she called for them. We just showed up first. So she doesn't want to listen to some long thing. She wants them to get in there and get on with it. And we need to convey pertinent information and then be there to help. So that notes form makes a difference. I'm telling you, they love it. The medic unit crews love that notes form. When they work places or work with agencies that don't use a notes form, they really realize how much they depend on it. And it really helps speed up the handoff. It helps document stuff that maybe the medic missed or wasn't hearing completely. And they've probably been on 3 or 4 other calls before this one, and it may be that they're getting confused about what they heard before. Give them something written down. Here's your patient. Here's your form. How can we help you? And that will work better. So, handoff, handoff, handoff. It's not part of the 5-step assessment treatment plan, but it's a big deal, and it will really go toward the goals that we had set up for how can we help Mrs. Smith. Well, we find and fix things, and we help the medic unit crew help her.